the cape. One holds the heart, one opens the gate. Stories of streamers, life behind the glow, mental health, hustle, and learning as we go. Two paths meet in a world we create. One keeps it grounded, one celebrates. This is the compass and the cape, where real meets raw. We laugh, we lift, we learn from the fall. From stream talk to soul talk, we won't fake. Come get real with the compass and the cape. It's okay to pause, to heal, to relate. It's time to tune into the compass and the cape.
Hey, hey! Welcome back, everyone, to episode 6 now of The Compass and the Cape.
Hey guys, welcome in and thank you for showing up and showing out. This episode is a mental health segment and it is going to feature and talk about Game On, the positive impact of gaming on mental health. I wanted to challenge the narrative that a lot of us hear about how negative gaming is, how negative gamers can be, the negative narrative of gamers, the stereotypes, uh, the negative things on mental health for games. And I believe that there are two sides to every coin. And I want to take today in this episode of The Compass and the Cape to challenge those things. And we have some stories and some comments from some people in our community, which I'll be going over later, and so will Hero. We hope you enjoy this episode, and we hope that it helps you, and we hope that you learn something, or maybe even opens your mind.
Yeah, so without further ado, we're going to head on up to the tree, and we're going to hear what the community has to say about this. So, let's go.
Community.
We're here.
Hey guys, welcome on into the tree and for today's calm segment. And everybody take this moment, get comfortable, listen up, put your listening ears on, relax, or turn it up while you're driving down the road, whatever it is you may be doing.
So this next bit we're going to do is we're actually going to share a clip that a streamer from our community, Geronimo, has sent in with his remarks and feelings on this topic. So let's see what he has to say.
Hey, Coleman Hero. First off, thank you very much for thinking of me when you're putting this episode together to talk about how gaming has helped somebody's mental health. Now, I don't want to focus on just one point for these next 5 minutes. I kind of want to branch out and talk about a couple different ones and how they have helped me personally. Now, the first one is that I have been gaming for my whole life. First console was an N64. Do with that information as you will. And since I have started gaming, it has been a means to relax, a means to unwind. It seems obvious, I know, but as that has carried through all of my life, it has been those moments where I have been able to give myself permission to sit down, to rest, to unwind from the grind of the day. Now, right now, I am working a regular 7 to 5 job on top of trying to build my own company. So there's a lot of work that I do throughout the day. And when I'm able to game, it is a time where I allow myself to sit down to say, I have done everything that I can for today. It is time to take a break and rest. And in that, I help myself not overextend, not burn myself out through that constant grind and that constant pressure. The second one, this one's probably going to be the silly one of the day. It's gaming has been a way to be told a story. A lot of my content focuses around single player RPG games, and the reason for that is I love the story being told and the ability to interact with it, the way to affect the outcome, and how choices are made. I think one of the better ways, one of the better examples I have at this point, I finished up a Silent Hill 2 playthrough a couple months back that I'm currently walking through with my editor. And one of the things that I remember distinctly is one of the puzzles in the later portion of the game was you had to solve a puzzle by placing coins in specific portions of the map in order to tell an overall story. And to me, that was just the coolest thing. It was a D&D puzzle that I wanted to use in one of my campaigns. It was an engaging way to tell a metaphor for the story that's being told in the game itself, and it's a very rich and I've said engaging a lot, but it's an engaging way to continue somebody and make sure that they're into how the story is being told. And to me, I think that's very interesting because it kind of puts you on the front of your seat and goes, okay, what's going on here? How do we do this? This is fun. It's that way to really keep your mind active and learn about new ways of telling a story. Now the third piece I want to talk about is for me in my personal life. When I first started streaming, I was focusing more on making it a space for me and my partners to be able to just watch me be silly and for the three of us to spend time together. Now I live with one of my partners, but the other partner that we have lives in a different country altogether. And that time apart and that distance takes a massive toll because we have so little time to spend together, and what little we do is precious. So being able to say, I'm going live Saturday this time, let's all hang out for 2 hours and spend some time and watch Zach be stupid and make dumb jokes, that was so precious to me and it's so important to me because it meant I got the three of us together. And at that point, you work the entire week. You do what you got to do to get to that next stream day because that is what makes it all worth it. And now, as every content creator tries, my channel has expanded a little bit, so it's no longer just the three of us. I'm now making friends with the people who are coming into my chat. I have a video editor now who actively watches me on a regular basis now, and it's all friends, and we're all getting along. It's phenomenal. I couldn't ask for more. But it was that moment back when I first started where this stream days where I had was like, okay, now I get to hang out with my partners for 2 hours. Life's good. So those are just a couple small ways in how gaming has helped my mental health. I hope that helped you guys out. Talk to you later.
By the way, Geronimo, if you are listening, thank you so much because you guys don't know, but Geronimo came in clutch at the last minute for me. He's
that
a
clip.
good friend of mine. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and he did this clip late in the evening, last minute, and was trying to do it and send it to me after I asked him to. He was like, "Calm, whatever you need, I got you. It's okay, I got you." So Geronimo, thank you for that, and I appreciate you so much. One thing that really stuck out to me that I want to point out to everyone that Geronimo said was how gaming gave him was a way for him to have permission to rest.
Mm.
Permission to take a break after working his regular job from 7 to 5 every day and also working to build his own business, which is a lot. That is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And to give himself permission to be able to stop and rest and say, it's okay to take a break, to get away from the grind so he doesn't burn himself out for his job, for his partners. Uh, that that right there is a major benefit, mental health benefit for Geronimo that gaming provides for him. So I really just wanted to highlight that and point out that that really struck me in his clip and listening to him explain it. Um, and I'm sure that some of you can really relate to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think my favorite remark that he made that really stuck with me was when he said that that really just making it to that next stream, like from stream to stream, making it
Oh,
to
yeah.
that next stream is what made it all, it
Yeah.
just makes it all worth it. And
Yep,
for
that
me,
really
that resonates hard because I only stream 2 days a week, right? Because my work schedule and everything else that we're doing is so demanding. And so I stay pretty strict on that, just only doing the 2 days a week for the streaming. But that's a pretty long stretch because they're Friday and Saturdays together. And so on Fridays, when I'm walking out of work, like it makes such a big difference because I know I'm about to come home and jump on stream and kick the weekend off. And it just makes that much more of a difference. So, I mean, I really
yeah.
resonated with that because my work is
I
very
see
stressful.
you.
And so it's just, it is, you really are, for those that streaming is that break, is that getaway or that stress relief, it really does make a big difference. It really is from stream to stream.
It is, and I knew as soon as I heard that, and listened to Geronimo's clip, and I heard that, I thought of you because it's like a a clone. Geronimo's a clone of you in one aspect because I see you when you come home and like you have had such a crappy week and you're just so done and you just want to put it's like you just want to put everything to the side. The work hero and everything else hero goes to the side. And then you get home and it's Friday and it's like, let's freaking go. Like
Yeah.
your whole demeanor, your whole face, the energy you give off, everything is like you hit that button or you hit that power button and get the game going and get the stream going. And for Friday and Saturday, you are just you're in a different world. You're a
Yeah.
different person.
Yeah, it's
And I
different
just
energy
see
for
the
sure.
joy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's joy is what
Yeah.
it is. And with the way things are for you right now, I'm not work-wise and stress. Like if you weren't streaming and you weren't gaming, I don't know
Yeah.
because that is helping you deal with so much right now.
It's true. Yep, it is true.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Geronimo. Oh my lord! And the funny thing is that he he sent me a message, and I could hear one of his partners in the back agreeing. He was like, if you call me Geronimo, it's okay. It's supposed to be Geronimo, but don't worry about it because I know you say Geronimo all the time. And I was just like, I'm a redneck. I we don't say our J's like that, but and then his partner in the background was like, "It's okay. Don't worry about it." I was like, "Okay, Musica. Okay. Okay." So, that is Geronimo's story. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys get some little tidbits of wisdom,
Mhm.
like Hero and I did off of that. We also have some comments that people in the community sent to me. Some are not, one or two might be anonymous, and some are not anonymous. So I will be reading those and we will be going over those. And I want to highlight the benefits of gaming because I'm not just saying that there are benefits of gaming. Um, there are some studies that have been done that show that there are actual mental health benefits to gaming, and there are positive things, aspects to gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of, I guess you could call them handouts, guys, or little memes or whatever you'd like to call them, uh, on gaming and mental health. One of the things is it says cozy and casual games have been shown to improve mood and emotional well being, and that was done in a study in 2009. Also, story driven games help build empathy, emotional understanding by allowing players to experience different perspectives. So, playing games actually lets you get into other worlds and live in other people's shoes, so to speak, and can hit emotional things and life experiences that you may not ever had to deal with, but it can open your mind to see the shoe on the other foot. And that was done in 2012. And then Discord and Twitch communities have been shown to serve as meaningful support systems, especially for individuals facing social anxiety or isolation. Now, I want to add to this because this makes me think of the big bad C word, COVID. During COVID, there were a lot of people that maybe weren't even people that had any type of mental illness or any type of social anxiety disorder. Um, and, we remember during COVID, we were all isolated. There was no community functions. There was no community anything. You couldn't go out. They made you stand in line at the grocery stores. You couldn't interact with people. You couldn't, I mean, even in the hospital, you couldn't visit family or friends or sick people. But gaming and Discords and Twitch, there are so many people that started streaming during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many Discord communities that starting during COVID because that became a major way for people to stay connected, for people to have a sense of value, a sense of community,
Yep.
which we lost at the time. We didn't have. And there are people out there who, even without COVID happening, but have social anxiety disorders or mental health issues where they can't or have an extremely hard time socializing uh, in in person or out in public places with people. So gaming and the Discord community and the streaming community gives them an opportunity to be somebody's friend, to be able to be a friend, learn to be a friend. What a good friend is, to feel loved, to feel important, to feel accepted. All the things that we all want and need to feel in our daily lives, that these people like that, people like me, because I have dealt with agoraphobia in the past, personal note of mine, one day I may tell. But I couldn't leave my house. It was a struggle just to even go grocery shopping, so I understand. And this provides that. And there have been studies shown that this can provide that.
Yeah, I think even on the supportive community side, even outside of what you just mentioned, if you all, our listeners and us, just look at how supportive our community has been, right? I mean,
Exactly.
outside of even just, games and things like that. For example, just recently, a a streamer in our community accidentally deleted all of her clips on Twitch. Every single one of them gone. And the community came together. She didn't even ask. The community came together and was like, clip party right now, make it happen. And so many people just jumped in and helped. And I mean, guys, and I know you guys have probably heard this too, but sometimes complete and total strangers come through and support you harder than anyone in your family would, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, not even in the business aspect of supporting, but just in general. So just things to consider as far as this community being so supportive and just so amazing, that if it weren't for streaming, we never would have found.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of people that if it wasn't for streaming, I wouldn't have found. And friendships that I wouldn't have if not for that, and his help. And I know for me personally, in my mental health and issues that I have, it has greatly helped me with my social anxiety and also my self confidence, oddly,
Mm-hmm.
which has needed
Mm-hmm.
a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Heroes like, yes, tell him calm, I know. Like last time,
Yeah.
tell him calm. So Hero, do you want to go over the second one that we have here for benefits?
Yeah, sure. So let's get into mental health benefits of gaming and streaming. So, improving your mood. Research has linked play to greater emotional well-being. I feel like that can go without saying, because how many games have we all got into, and just even like we talked about earlier, where we know it's stream day and you just get hyped. Like you're just excited to even
We
be in.
we
like,
literally just talked about that. Yep.
Reducing stress. So video games can lower levels of cortisol, which is a major stress hormone that just messes everything up. And then we have build social connections. Multiplayer games foster friendships and belonging, which we just talked about, and then increasing self-esteem. So achieving in-game goals, right, which boosts your confidence. But also, just like Colm mentioned earlier, just the social interaction, building confidence and communicating with each other, with new people, just all the way around. More comfortable in front of the camera, if we're talking about streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, it helps with stress relief because it gives, gaming gives your brain a break from if you struggle with anxiety. Everyone who deals with anxiety, like actual anxiety disorder, know about when I say anxiety loops. Most people will know when I say anxiety loops. It's when you just have consistent anxiety and it's like you're on a hamster wheel and it just keeps going round and round. And no matter what you do, you can't get off that wheel and it affects you physiologically. So you have a lot of physical symptoms which happen and are very uncomfortable. But gaming gives you a break from those anxiety loops because it can be a type of mindfulness because you're getting out of your head, you're getting focused on the game.
Yeah.
You're getting focused on people that you play with. So you're talking to them, they're talking to you, and it gives the other part of your brain something else to focus on.
Right.
And the cognitive benefits are it helps you with improving your focus. It helps with problem solving, especially if you play puzzle solving games, which I know Hero loves. And also safe escape, kind of like what Geronimo was talking about when he's talking about how he loves the story part, like he loves story games. That is a fantasy worlds and the fantasy part of gameplay, which works as an emotional rest stop for you to be like, everything that's happened throughout the day that is bothering the hell out of you or making you miserable, you can set it aside on the side of the road, and then you can pull over on the rest stop, play the game, fire the game up, and get immersed in this fantasy world
Mm-hmm.
and just let your emotions take a break for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into this piece. The fighting back against outdated stigmas. I really love this piece because we get to break down things that we've all heard from being just people that love to game, right? Gamers have we've all heard this. And so I'm excited to kind of break these in. So we, like, for example, gaming makes you antisocial. And so, hello?
Wrong.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, gaming, well, we'll get into this later, but gaming for me always brought people together. It's one of the least antisocial things, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
In my
I
opinion.
agree. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, we just went over the whole COVID issue and everything and the isolation. Suicide rates and stuff went up crazily during COVID. I mean, it was like, suicide is an epidemic within itself, but it just exacerbated it. And a huge part of that was because there were so many people that already had mental health issues and dealing with depression and
Right.
loneliness and anxiety that
Mhm.
when they got completely isolated from everything and everyone, they just they couldn't deal with it anymore.
Mhm.
And so um making you antisocial, that is a myth. That is not true. Video games do not make you antisocial. If anything, they help you become more social or make it to where you feel like you finally find somewhere where you belong because it's easier to find people that are more like you.
Right. So what about gaming damaging your brain?
Gaming will do you remember? Okay, now I got to start squirming now. My ADHD is kicking in. I've been sitting in one place too long. Do you remember when we were younger and our parents always used to say, or grandparents would tell you, that TV's gonna rot your brain and
Yeah.
your brain's gonna rot watching that TV.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing for gaming. A lot of people will say, playing video games will rot your brain, and that's not true. We
Yeah.
just went over some. It helps with focus. It helps with cognitive function. It can help with memory. Uh, the puzzle factors, the puzzle games. If you played games like Tetris, things like that, it improves brain functioning.
Mhm.
So that myth out the window. Let's throw it
Gone.
out. It's gone. It's gone. Next.
So now do we want to talk about some of the testimonials from the community that have their own feedbacks?
Okay, so the first person from the community is someone you all may know, Donnie the Gamer 42. He sent me a DM and answered my question about how gaming has helped him and also with a specific game that has helped him. He says, "Hey, I have a game suggestion from your question. A game that helped me surprisingly was a game called Unpacking. The premise of the game is you are going through various stages of life, and in each stage, you unpack your stuff, place things in places in the rooms. It's super cozy and calming. It helped me with times when my anxiety was really high and I would overthink or have racing thoughts. It's a good focus game that has a calm, soothing feeling to it. I highly recommend it.
Wow.
And then on Steam, it says Unpacking is a Zen game about the familiar experience of pulling possessions out of boxes and fitting them into a new home. Part block fitting puzzle, part home decoration. You are invited to create a satisfying living space while learning clues about the life you're unpacking.
Mm. Oh, that
That
sounds
right
good.
there says a lot.
Yeah. We have to,
The life you are unpacking.
yeah, that's a good one.
This one is an anonymous one. Uh, she says that she has a traumatic brain injury that causes short term memory due to a car accident she had several years ago. And since she was 16, she suffers from major depressive disorder, anxiety, PTSD, and a few more issues. And I can definitely identify with that because I have some of those same things. So, not sure if you want the full backstory. Um, I game to escape from memories. I game to escape from stress, but mostly I game because the people I've met online have become more closer to me than my own family.
What
When
did
I'm
we
not
just
game
say? What did we
Exactly.
just say?
Exactly. Look, guys, before I finish the rest of this story, let me just say this. You don't get to choose your family that you are related to, but you can still choose your own family that you surround yourself with.
Yep.
And just because someone has the title of relative attached in their description, in their relation to you, does not give them automatic and free access to you, your mind, or your body.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to put that out there. Uh, I have friends that are closer than family. Hero is closer to me than pretty much anybody in my family other than my husband and my children. Um, so yeah. She goes on to say, I game to escape from memories, from stress, but mostly I game because the people I've met online has become more closer to me than my own family. When I'm not gaming, I get caught in my own head. And a few times it got me and came close. I came close to not being here at all.
Mm.
But when I am gaming and I'm with others, it feels like my problems aren't there anymore. For a moment, I am happy and I am free.
Wow.
So just let that sit for a second. For a moment, I am happy and I'm free. There are so many people out there who just work and strive till the end of the week to that one stream that they got to get to where they can relax, where they can rest and have a good time and not worry about so much bullshit that we have to deal with in daily life and so much bullshit that's going on in the world today. So if you have a gamer friend out there, don't look down on them. If you're a gamer, don't let others look down on you or bully you or talk to you or treat you negatively or with negative stereotypes
Mm-hmm.
because you're a gamer.
Right. So another entry is from a fellow streamer, War, which I'm sure the majority of you are familiar with and know that War is Calm's husband.
Yay, my hubby. My man.
So he says that he is a lifelong gamer who grew up in trauma.
Mm-hmm.
He used MMOs for emotional processing and leadership roles. So this is his contribution today. He says, how gaming has helped my mental health. I can confidently say that gaming has, in many ways, helped my mental health. Growing up, I had a very rough childhood. My parents were divorced, and my father was largely absent. My mom was always working, leaving me alone most of the time, and when she was home, she was usually sleeping. I was surrounded by drugs, alcohol, abusive family members, and even actual gang members until the 10th grade of high school. I share this to give you an idea of how my upbringing shaped my mindset. When I was 11, I bought my first gaming system, a Sega Genesis. Amen, brother. I saved up money from mowing lawns and birthday gifts. Little did I know that this
Proud
purchase...
of that. He was so proud of that Sega. He tells everybody how he worked his ass off to buy that himself.
He said, little did I know that this purchase would mark the beginning of my gaming journey, providing me with an escape from my chaotic reality, a safe haven during a particularly hectic time in my teenage years. Fast forward to high school. I had to work to help my mom pay the bills, which limited my social interactions outside of work and school. I started playing MMOs like EverQuest and World of Warcraft. Video gaming became my outlet. Instead of channeling my hormonal teenage rage into real-life aggression stemming from my childhood trauma, I could direct it towards battling dragons, goblins, orcs, deities, and sometimes even engaging in player versus player combat. Here are some highlights of how gaming has helped me mentally. Provided an outlet for my emotions, offered a social connection with others, created opportunities for leadership roles like being a raid leader, and then gave me a genuine sense of purpose and accomplishment through grinding for experience points and completing quests. Well said, War.
Very well said. Very well said. And yeah, he did have a really rough upbringing. Some game recommendations for you guys if you're looking for those. If you are looking for anxiety relief, some games like Stardew Valley, Spiritfarer, Unpacking, Inward, which is a free game, by the way. I'm not sure about the other ones. And Plane are some anxiety relief games that you could look into. I know Inward and Plane specifically are meditation games and support meditation and help you learn about meditation. There's also, if you're looking for social connection, some of the games you could play would be Among Us, Valheim, It Takes Two. And then for chaotic joy, my favorite, Helldivers 2, when you just want to blow everything up, including your friends. Can we all just look at Hero's face? Don't judge me. We listen and we don't judge, Hero. We listen and we don't judge.
Not judging.
Helldivers 2 and Phasmo with friends. Also, Peak is a good one, and Repo is another one. Repo is definitely good for chaotic joy with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some good ones to look at. Or even, I also, and my community knows, also Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
If you're looking for some ridiculous, chaotic joy, Goat Simulator is another one, guys.
It's a good one. Oh, what was that shark game that you played?
Oh,
that was chaos.
Oh my God. Dude, I have not got to play that again since I got on the PC and stopped streaming from the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Man-Eater.
Okay.
That's the one where you get to be a shark and you're swimming around in the water and you literally get to attack all the people on the beach.
Yeah,
and
that one's a good time.
Hilarious.
You guys should check that one out if you're in for some chaos. Because that was crazy.
That was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to play that again.
Yeah, you should bring
I
that one
played that
back.
after a stressful I played that one after a stressful day at work, and I was just like, "I'm eating every freaking body today. Nobody is safe."
So, guys, in closing, I think we've brought enough to the table here to show that gaming really can be part of your mental wellness routine. It's
Mhm.
just like
It can.
journaling or movies or a walk outside. Just because gaming is one more way for you to navigate yourself and whatever you're feeling doesn't mean that there's anything bad about that.
Not at all.
So, Calm and I realized that we're breaking this episode into two parts. So, we found that as we're
Yes.
sharing stories from the community, and we also want to share our story with you and what our thoughts and feelings are, we're going to save that for part 2. And so, we'll have. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Hero, me and you, we definitely have, some different very different stories, when it comes to gaming and how gaming, was for us, and, some really different twists and turns into the outcomes and how we ended up to where we are now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was something that we initially didn't really think about doing until right before we started recording this episode. And then
Yep.
the way that gaming has made an impact on us, especially at a younger age, and how we were introduced to it is so completely different that it'd be a shame not to share our stories with you. So
Yeah.
we're going to save those for part 2, and we'll close here. And so we just want to thank you all for being here and being a part of this journey with us. Thank you all for everyone who has participated and sent in your entries, and for Geronimo for the last minute clip. All of that was great
Yes.
feedback.
Geronimo.
We're so just really, there's no words for how thankful and grateful we are of all of your support and the way that
guys are
you
so
support each
amazing.
other.
Oh gosh, yes.
It really
It's
is a
not just
great
us.
community here. Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing with the clips
Yeah.
and finding the clips.
That was amazing. Yeah.
That, like, the whole community just came together to help. It's just, there's just no words. It's amazing.
Mhm.
You guys are amazing. You
Yeah.
really are. And
And-
we love you so much.
Yeah. And for anyone else who would love to share their stories or have any other suggestions for maybe games to help with anxiety relief or social connection or any of those, please feel free to join the Discord. If you aren't already a part of our Discord community, there will be sections in there that you can provide your feedback to, and we would love to share your stories with the rest of the community and have you a part of the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or you can even send, if you want to do it anonymously and don't want anyone to know, like the one story person that shared the story in the community that was anonymous, just DM me, and I promise you that I will keep it anonymous and I will not share your information. So
Mhm.
that's very important to me, that I respect that for you guys.
Right.
So
Come, you want to let them know where to find us?
you can find us on Twitch. You can find us on YouTube. And you can find us on Spotify. Yes, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Twitch.
There you go. And with that, guys, we will see you and share our stories in the next one.
In episode 2.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.